Good morning. Thank you for being here. If you're live watching, thank you for doing that. And if you're watching the replay, thank you so much. I'm Deanna Blackman, and I'm Stampindede, and this is Stampin' Thursday. It's actually Technique Thursday. So I pick one Thursday a month, and usually it's the one right before the mystery card Thursday. So it would be the second Thursday of the month is Technique Thursday. So I try to find something that I think you might be interested in, maybe something you've already used, but maybe not. So something to enhance your card making. So I appreciate you being here, and I'm going to be, in just a minute, I'm going to be moving the phone over to the tripod, and hopefully I won't lose you in that process. Let me get my computer up and make sure that I can see who's here. Let me see if I've got it up yet. Not yet. Hold on just a minute. You know, that's a process. There we are. So, if you're watching live, please, just comment. Go to the comments and just say hi, or I'm here, or, you know, I'm watching, or let me know that you're here. And if you have a question, anytime during the demonstration, during the Facebook Live, I try to look over there. I get busy doing what I'm doing, but I try to look over there and I'll answer your question if I see it, but I'll at least try. So please let me know you're here. And if you're watching the replay, please comment and let me know that you've watched. I appreciate those of you who've done that. So, all right, I think we're ready to move over to the stamping table, and I've got a few things I want to tell you about real quickly over here, and then we'll get started with the demonstration. I see that Sheila's name popped up, and Kathy, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. All right, hold on. I'm going to put my finger over the camera so you don't get dizzy. I'm going to move over to the tripod. Alright, I can see that my camera got moved a little bit, or my stand, because I want all of this to be visible. Let me raise you up just a little bit so that, sorry, I know this gets wiggly. I wish I had a way to make sure that it was going to be the way I practiced, but I don't. All right, hopefully now you can see everything I want you to see. I'm going to move this a little bit more this way. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. All right, here we go. We're going to call that good. Sorry, I always, you know, they've got these programs now that you can purchase, I think, monthly. And you just push a button and it automatically goes from one device to the other. And wouldn't that be nice? But I won't be purchasing that anytime soon. All right, so what you're looking at right now, real quickly, are the cards that are included, the kits that are included in the September class to go. The deadline to RSVP for that is tomorrow. So with this September class to go, you get the Pretty Pumpkin stamp set. This is such an awesome stamp set. The stamp set here. you get, and this is all for $35, you get the stamp set, you get half a package of the Neutrals Designer Series paper, which you'll use on a couple of the cards, and you'll get 6 card kits, complete kits to make these 3 designs, these 3 cards. So you'll get 6 kits, you'll get the PDF instructions and photos. So and this is a to-go class. I'll order the sets and gather it all up and make the kits and send it to you, or you can come by and pick it up. If you want it mailed, it's an additional $8, and that's the cost of priority mailing. So the kit, the class to go is $35. If you want to do the add-on, which are these dies, and the dies, now when you get your card kit, if you don't do the add-on, I will cut this out for you, and it will be part of your kit. But these dies, they are just awesome dies. This is both of the dies. And then, of course, the dies for your greenery, which you can fussy cut this kind of stuff, but this you can't fussy cut. So if you want the dies, the catalog price is $29. So for $29, I'll pay the shipping and the tax for the add-on. So $35 for the class to go, $29 if you want to add on the dies, and then another $8 if you want it mailed to you. But if you want to pick it up, I'll have it out for you to do that. So that's the September class to go. And then September 18th, we are having a Stamp-A-Stack class right here in my home. And in that class, you will stamp 6 different cards, all different, 6 different cards, and a 3D treat box. So those 7 items you will make during the Stamp-A-Stack, and I'll provide everything you need, except you'll need to bring your adhesive and your snips or your scissors, but everything you need to do those will be here. And for that, you can pay a $30 fee if you want to, but the better deal is just to go online and make a $35 order using the host code that has been in the emails that I've sent out, or it's on this website right down below the video. You'll just go down. The September host code is the one you would use to place your $35 online order, and in doing that, your class is free. You just come and make these cards and have fun with us. All right. The last thing I want to tell you about real quickly is the Kit and Kid, which is the next Saturday. The Stamp-A-Stack is at 9:30 in the morning. The Kit and Kid is the next Saturday, the 25th, and it is at 1:30 in the afternoon. I tried to do it so that it would be easy to bring your child or your grandchild with you, but you do need to go online now and order the kit. Go to the kit collection, go to my business page, and that's accessible from my Facebook page here, or any of my emails to you have my business page, the link listed there. Go there, go to shop now, and go to kit collection, and you can see the kits that are available, and there's some of them that are really good for children. And the new Christmas one is now available, and it is adorable. You would make these cards, and you're given everything you need to make those cards. Well, this is a different one, and I don't know if this one is available or not. This one should be available too. Both Christmas kits should be available. So with this kit, you'll get the ink, you'll get an ink spot, you'll get the acrylic block, you'll get the stamps, you'll get the card bases, you'll get the cutouts, everything. So go look at those, pick out something, either something for you to work on and for your child or grandchild to work on, or you can work on the same thing together. Order it so that it'll get here in time for the kitten kid class, and we'll have Coke and cookies. So let me know, though, that you're coming to that. That'll be a fun time together. Hi, Catherine. I see you on here, too. Thanks for being here. All right, and now to today's project. These are some samples, some card samples that I made using different colors with today's technique. Now, I used the Artistically Inked stamp set, and oh my goodness, I like the watercolor look, the artsy look. I really like that, and this set is just awesome for that, because that's exactly what these stamps come out looking like. And then of course the dies, this die right here, let me get it up if I can. You cut this out. Let me put a piece of paper under it. And you can put that die over anything. It is beautiful. Let me see if I've got the black. I cut some out of black the other day. I may not have one right here. Let's see. Yeah, I do. So I cut some of these out of black. And the day we did our alcohol ink class, I gave everybody one of these that I cut out for them. Now, it doesn't have all the little pieces punched out, but you put that over any background and you've already got a card. So you can see I haven't punched all these little pieces out. But anyway, so that's one of the dies in this set. If you order the dies, of course you get the flower, you get the leaves, but then you also get this die, which again makes for a gorgeous background. All right, so the cards that we're doing today, or the card that we're doing today, is using the Artistically Inked stamp set, and these are some samples. This one is done with pale papaya and probably cherry cobbler. This one is done with pale papaya and just jade. This one is done with blackberry bliss and probably fresh freesia. And I've just put different backgrounds on each one of them, but this is the technique that we are going to look at today. Aren't they gorgeous? They just are so simple to do. All right, the one we're going to do today. Oh, and I need to say that in your Stamp-A-Stack, when on that class, we'll be using this technique on a card. Let's see. I don't think I have the card right here. But one of the cards will be different than this, but it will be using this technique. So this is the one we're going to do today. And on this one, I used Smoky Slate and Cherry Cobbler. And then I picked the background from one of our designer series paper sets. Oh, which one was that? You know, I told you I'm terrible at remembering the names of things. This is the Peaceful Place Specialty Designer Series paper. And I picked this one, but there are a lot of backgrounds in here, a lot of papers that are just gorgeous. And that is, let's see, let me look, because I think that it is one of the papers. Peaceful Place. I'm almost sure that it's, no, it's not. It's one you can buy. I thought it was one, it was beautifully pinned, that is in the celebration. All right, so let's get busy. And to do this, you will need a background piece, which I have chosen the Smoky Slate. And I'll just go ahead and use my bone folder and get that card base ready to go. And then we have, and I didn't cut this to size. I thought I had cut it to size. So this should be 4 by 5 1/4. So I'll cut it to 4. Save that piece. I save all my little pieces by 5 1/4. All right. So we're going to go ahead and put that down, and I'm just gonna use my liquid glue, my Tombow liquid glue for that, because it's not white. I try not to use it on the white because the white sometimes you can see through. All right, I'm just going to position it right there. And then the next piece, the next layer is from this designer series paper, but it is cut with one of the basic borders. And I picked this one just because I thought it was so interesting. There's several borders, and actually the one for the class will be using this border, a different border. So lots of choices there. And I'm going to grab my mini cut and emboss to cut this piece of designer series paper. So I'm going to put it on here. I hope you can see that. Position it. It'll end up cutting about 2 inches. It'll end up being about a 2-inch, leaving about a 2-inch cut. Let me make sure I got it. With all those squiggles, it's hard to tell what straight is, but I think I got it. All right, and then I'm going to go through, cut my designer series paper with my basic border die, and there we have it. So let me put this back over here. And I'm going to hold on to that scrap as well. Put my plates back. All right. So now we're ready to go ahead and put this down as well. I didn't use dimensionals on any of this. So I'm just going to put it down. I'm going to leave a little border on one side, on the left. There we go. Got that down. All right. Now, we've got that part done, got our background done, and now for our stamping. So I've already stamped and die cut the leaves. Using this stamp, I used Old Olive and then the die from the set. I used that die to cut them out. I went ahead and did that just to save a little bit of time. So we've got that part done. For the flowers, this is the fun part. Okay, I've got my flower stamp, I've got my ink, and I'm going to use the smoky slate and the cherry cobbler, and then I have a dauber. These are our daubers, and I have a dauber for every for every ink pad, ink color that I have, because I use these things all the time. So we're going to stamp it in the smoky slate. And let me show you. This is what it looks like, just stamped in the smoky slate. You see the difference? There's a big difference, isn't there? So that's what it looks like stamped. This is what it looks like stamped with the cherry cobbler. I didn't do one with the cherry cobbler as the base. You could. Certainly you could. I did both of mine both of these cards with the smoky slate as the base. So let me ink up my, and I want to ink it really well. Now, here's the trick. Open up my cherry cobbler, get my dauber, and I am going to go around the edges. Now, I'm just going to do the very tip edge on this one. You can't see it yet. You just have to trust that it's there. Now let's do our first one. Looky there. Isn't that pretty? I just get excited every time I do it. Now I'm going to clean my stamp using my chamois, my very well-used chamois, but you know, all you have to do is rinse it out, maybe use a little Dawn soap. Of course, the stain doesn't come out, but the ink does. All right, now we're going to do another one, and I'm going to do it a little bit differently. So I'm going to do the smoky slate again. Turn it this way, just make it fit. Make sure it fits. Come over here. Oh, I wasn't supposed to do that. Rats. I wasn't supposed to do that yet. See, I get excited and in a hurry. So I've got room to do another one right here. All right, now, I wasn't supposed to do that yet, see? All right, now this time, I'm going to come in a little more. I'm going to put a little more of the cherry cobbler on it. So it's just going to leave a little bit of the smoky slate. And I'm also going to do it right around the center. Now I think I'll turn it. Let's see if I can fit it on here, because we're going to be die cutting these. Okay, I think I can. Looky there. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? I just love it. All right, so as you can see, there's a variety of ways that you can do it. Now, I also want to do my centers, and that's this little stamp. And I'm going to do one in smoky slate. And you see, it's the distinctive stamp. These are distinctive stamps. They have shading in them. It's more of a natural look. Now I'm going to do one in cherry cobbler, or the cherry cobbler. And you know what I think I'm going to do? Because that's pretty bright, I think I'm going to go over it. Tone it down just a little bit. All right. We are through with these. That's all it takes. And as I showed you earlier, the difference that it can make on some of these. This one I used, the base was fresh freesia, and then the base on this one was just jade. You have to be really careful when you use the darker color as the base, because then when you put the lighter color on, you get it on your dauber. And so if it gets on your dauber, like this would be my fresh freesia dauber, you don't want to transfer that back to your ink pad. And so I work it off and then do it again. It's a little more trouble, but well worth it. Well worth the trouble. All right, so I'm going to cut around these so that I can use my little mini embossing, my mini cut and emboss machine. All right, now we're ready to cut these out. Let me get my die out. Okay. Put it on here. And I have to find where it goes. But after you've done it a few times, you figure it out. And I want to position it on here so that it cuts as nicely as possible. Put this over it, clamp it down. I'll get one flower cut out. That one cut out. Now we're going to do the other one. I'm just going to tear that piece off so it's not over here. And do it again. Position it. There. Put it down. Cut it. All right. And we've got our two flowers cut out. Now we need to cut our two centers out. There's a die for that too. And let me throw this scrap away. Put my die back over here. You don't ever want to lose your dies. And get out the little center piece. And cut both of those. Oops. Okay, oops. So see, it's not as wide as your regular die cut machine. So you have to be careful that your paper is not wider than the machine. Got that one cut out. One more center. Whew, that went on easy. See how it cuts. All right. That one cut out. Put my die back. Put my machine away. Because we are through with it for now. No, we're through with it. All right. I got kind of discombobulated here. All right. Now we're ready to... Well, let me go ahead and do the rest of the stamping, and the only part we have not done yet is the sentiment. So I am going to use Happy Birthday on this. I do a lot of birthday cards. A lot of birthday cards, a lot of thank you cards, a lot of sympathy cards. So for this, I'm going to use my scalloped oval punch. And this will punch the border, the outside piece, and this one will punch my sentiment part. So I'm going to do my sentiment first, and I'm just going to use black memento for that. And because it is a photopolymer stamp, I'm going to put a pad under it, my messy pad that I've done lots of stuff on. But grab it real quick. Let's see. I need to go this way so that my punch will work for it. All right. By the way, this Happy Birthday stamp was in, well, I can't remember the name of it, but it was all one line. I took it and I cut in between the happy and the birthday. It doesn't hurt your stamp at all. You can still stamp it in a line if you want to. If I wanted to take this off, fit it right back there, it would still be a perfectly aligned stamp. But I wanted to be able to do one that would go like this. So you can do that to your stamps. It doesn't hurt them. All right, clean that one, set it aside. And now for my punch, I'm going to turn it over, line it up for my Happy Birthday. Sorry, I have to look at it. punch. And then for my border, I can put this away. I'm through with that. For my border, I chose to use the Smoky Slate. We're done with that. I'm just going to glue it on, and I'm going to use my tape runner so that I don't chance the liquid glue showing through. Position it on there. So now we're ready to assemble. We've got everything we need. And I'm going to get my dimensionals. Now, one of the stamps, and it doesn't matter which one, I'm going to put down flat. So for that, and I'm just going to do it in the center so that I can tuck things under the edge. And I'm going to put it, let's see, turn it this way. Put it right here. And then this one I'm going to put on dimensionals. And again, I'm going to put the dimensionals toward the center so that I can tuck the leaves under. And I'm going to position it right. Well, before I do that, let me put, and I'm going to use a dimensional for this one because this one is not popped up. So I can put a dimensional on that and get the center in. Now, put this one down. And I'm going to put it right there. Something like that. And I'm just going to put the center down on it. Okay. And now I'm going to just put a little bit of glue on the end of my leaves. Tuck it under there. Punch down. Let's see if I have any questions. Y'all don't have any questions. That's good. I guess that's good. Alright, and then this one, same thing. I'm just going to put the glue right at the edge and tuck it down. I want to go under those right there. And my sentiment is going to go down with dimensionals. And I'll put it right here. Make sure I got it straight. There. And to finish off this card, I'm going to do two more things. I'm going to use the subtle shimmer sequins. And to make that easy, I'm going to get my take a pick tool with the putty tip. And I want to put, and you could do anything actually. I want to put one here. So let me go ahead and put a dot of glue right there. Just the tiniest little dot. I want it to come out in a glob. There we go. And put my sequin down. And grab another one. The putty end of this take a pick tool is wonderful for sequins and stones and little pieces that you can't, that your fingers just don't want to pick up. Now I'm going to scatter 3 more right around here. You know that with design elements, whether it's arrangements on a wall or gems or sequins on a card, you should attempt to do it in odd numbers. That's just, they say, more pleasing to the eye. So I trust the designers, and it does seem to be that way. Now I'm going to pick a white one here. Come on, go down. There you go. All right, and the last thing I'm going to do to finish this off is I'm going to use my Wink of Stella and do the centers. And of course, Wink of Stella has a liquid in it, and so it may blend this. It does on the red a little more than on the gray. It may blend it just a little bit, but it gives it that sparkle, and you won't be able to see that on online probably. But there we go. That's our card, and that's how you do these gorgeous flowers. So I hope, let me put these down so I know you can see them. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you'll try it. You can do this with any stamp, and it doesn't even have to be a big stamp. But try it though. Put your lighter color on, and then use your dauber or a sponge or a Q-tip, whatever you have, and add a different color. You know, on one of these, this one, on some of them, I just went light and dark. On this one, I just added the bits of the Blackberry Bliss around the Fresh Freesia. But on this one, I went a totally different color. And you can do that. So play with it. Have fun. Thank you for joining me. And if you're watching the replay, thank you for doing that. And please, please comment. Y'all have a good weekend. Thanks again.